Hello everyone, this is the Cartoon Manist here, and here it is, at long last, my review of the second SMG4/Glitch Productions miniseries, Sunset Paradise. Boy, is there a lot to go on about this show. What do I think of it? Honestly, out of all three of the SMG4 shows, this is easily my absolute favorite. It's not up there with the likes of Thomas or Pingu. In fact, it does have a few problems. But it doesn't really have that problems compared to others. But before we get to that, let's go over the synopsis of this show. Basically, the premise of this show is that after the events of The Pursuits of Happiness, Maggie goes off on this crazy and wacky adventure to the island of Port Aurora, which looks strikingly similar to oh my god, what's the name of the island? Isle Delfino from Mario Sunshine. Yeah. While on this vacation, she meets a bunch of new characters. One is Ori Bori, the deputy of the town, and also a bunch of new enemies that she has to come across, including the Spud Buds, a thief named Lisk, and the evil Benedict, as well as Funky Force. I'll get to those in a moment. And all she has to do is protect the town from evil Benedict, who plans to steal the Phoenix Egg. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, I will say. So, let's go with the bad things about the show first. Actually, bad is a strong word. All the problems that this show has. It's still great. Don't get me wrong. It's still great. But it's not perfect. Well, the first thing I want to point out is, the first thing I have to nitpick is the Spud Buds. The way how Maggie's luggage was stolen. There are several things illegal with this. One, how did the Spud Buds not exactly get caught when they stole Maggie's luggage? And second, how the heck was it the whole luggage? I guarantee that they should have just stolen at least one thing from their luggage. If it was something like that, it would be a lot more understandable and realistic. But this, just no. But my biggest problem with the show is Funky Force. Look, I have nothing against the actors who play these, but good God, Funky Force is just so unlikable. They have the most stupidest plan I've ever seen a villain's motivation do. At least with Destiny's, at least it was more understandable. Well, then again, you can argue oh, she was the bully to Maggie, and that's why she had this motive. Well, I can't see her as a villain. Even friggin' Francis had a little bit of a better motive than that. But, I mean, their Funky Force's plan is to brainwash someone to be a part of their dance crew. And they do exactly that to poor old Maggie. What in the world would do such a stupid thing in a TV show? Oh my god. It's like, I don't know what to say. It's like the writers were forced, get it? Because it's forced. Get it? Funky Force, get it? But it's like the writers were forced to use these guys. Also, I should apologize, by the way. This is completely unscripted, so you might notice a bit of quality, a bit of a lack in quality, but still. Anyway, I could not stand these guys whatsoever. They're just rip-offs of, diversity, and even the friggin' musicals, they at least are better dancers than these whatever the fuck these four dickheads are. Like, come on. I just can't stand them. So yeah, that was my biggest problem with the show. What else goes wrong? Well, the fact that Porta Aurora looks strikingly similar to Aldo from Mario Sunshine is quite glaring. However, I can give that a pass. So as you can see, Sunset Paradise isn't perfect, but hey, at least it has better things going for it. So, what makes the show great? Well, I'll start with the greatest thing from it. I'll start off with the storyline. The story is really well told, in my opinion. Each plotline contributes together really well. They all beautifully come together in the final act when Maggie and Ori have to battle Benedict. That was really well done. I also admire the music as well. AJ Di Spirito, I think that's how you pronounce his name, did an outstanding job at the music here. He did a great job with this. I've not seen Metaroda yet, but from what I've heard, it looks good. Murder Drones, I could get less. But from what I've heard, the music is really, really great. Especially that one piece where Ori gets revived. That was really beautiful. Also, the animation looks a lot like anime. That was really cool. And it's kind of funny as well, considering that, Maggie has a disdain for anime. Like, she absolutely hates it with a burning passion, which I don't blame her, since I'm not really into anime that much. I just don't really give a shit about it. But anyway, the animation in this show is actually quite good. It's not really, our productions animation or anything like that, but it's still great. Glitch Productions really did a good job with their animation here. So, what else that's a great thing about it. I also like the new characters as well. Well, most of them. Spudbuds are alright. And I already said why I dislike Funky Force. One thing that really surprised me was Ori. You guys remember in Cars 2 when Maida was the lead, people really disliked him, and I don't really have a dislike for Maida. Sorry. I don't have a dislike for Maida. I think he's good. I didn't really mind when Maida was the main character in Cars 2. Ori, my god, I didn't really expect him to be this likable, in my opinion. Though, there was a little bit of a part where he kind of was a dick. Like, come on, did you really have to close that ice cream parlor down at the beginning of the show? That was just really insane. But you really feel the pain that he was going through. I heard some people in the comments of, like, some of the episodes saying, like, Ori does not get a little bit of that beating up situation or something like that. Like, whenever Ori goes, he just gets beaten up. That's kind of funny. I'm not going against the guy. I think he's a cool character. I really like him quite a bit. Amy Smith did a good job voicing him. And Maggie as well was great. And I loved Lizzie Freeman in this. Lizzie really was the great Maggie voice, in my opinion. And she really killed it in that show. Now, I really want to see Season 2 where Elsie Love Launches does it. I really want to see that. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Sunset Paradise may be a one-off thing. It may go on for a second season. It may not, like I said, it may not just be a, it may just be a one-off thing. Like, I'm a Slam South Africa a little bit. And BGG the Champions, although we never know when those two will return. But yeah, I really like Maggie in this, and the models as well look really good. The carriage models. I also like the setting as well. I mean, the setting, while it looks a bit cheesy, it looks good. And the theme song as well really slaps hard, and I really like that. I really love the theme song. Lizzie kills it with the singing as well. She really was the definitive singer in the SMG4 series, in my opinion. What else I gotta say? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there are a lot of scenes as well that really felt heartwarming and really emotional in this show. Okay, well, not sad. I guess sad. Like, you definitely had a lot of funny moments in it as well, especially with Ori. Like, some of the bits, like, especially in the episode when we get to see Whisk as well. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention Whisk. Whisk as well is quite a good character. And I kind of relate to her, like, with the mask off version a little bit. But yeah, I really like Whisk. She's a good character. Shane didn't expand on her a little bit more, but still, it's just one show after all. I mean, you can't really expand characters like that, but still. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the humor and the other bits of the show. There are a lot of humorous bits, particularly Rory, and the emotion as well. There was a lot of really emotional scenes. And there was a big climax. And also, with Benedict as well, he is so funny, in my opinion. I think Benedict is one of the coolest characters I've ever seen. Like, especially in episode 9, where he just kind of, when he battles Megan and Ori, you just see you breathe, you buff sucking, whatever the heck he said, but it was pretty funny as well. That was pretty funny. So yeah, I think. Yeah, the action scenes. The action scenes as well were really well done in my opinion. I really liked it. And I also really like Megan and Ori's dynamic. You don't really see Megan get along with other characters aside from, Mario and all that stuff, all them characters like that. It was, really. Really nice to see him and her interacting with the characters aside from, Mario and all that. And I also like it when we see in later episodes where she actually pairs up with SMG4. That was a nice touch. And even in the It's Gotta Be Perfect film, we saw her signed with SMG3. Especially that one scene where, well, I guess we're not talking about that scene because, we're not into the It's Gonna Be Perfect stuff right now. So, yeah, Sunset Paradise is a great show. Not Thomas tier. No. That's just adore that. Still adore that show. It's not Pingu tier either. I'd say it's Bob the Builder tier. I'd say that this show is on par with Bob the Builder, in my opinion. And I definitely recommend checking this out. I give this show 9 out of 10. Well, I guess, no, 9.5 out of 10, actually. Definitely recommend checking this one out, for sure. And let me know in the comments what you guys think of the show. If you hate the show, then that's fine. We all have our rights to share our opinions on everything, pretty much. And if you love the show, then that's perfect. Really. I love the show. I mean, I love shows like this, where it's just like, the next episode, like when the episode ends on such a cliffhanger, you're like, oh my god, no, we want to see more. I just love shows like that. That's why I love I'm a Celebrity South Africa this year, because of what that show did. That was really fun. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking this show out. It's one that'll always be remembered for many years to come.